Hello and welcome to another unbelievable episode of Schnozzcast. Your host tonight, you got the four horsemen. All of us are here. Bob, Cory, Nick, and Todd. Let's get right to it. We're going to go right down to the bottom of the volume with that. All
nice
right.
fade out.
Yeah, it resonates more when you announce what you're doing on the show.
Does it?
Yeah.
I can continue to do
I'm
that.
going to grab my microphone now. All right. And we're going to start talking into this.
Start talking.
Words are coming. Words are coming. Todd, how are you?
I am fab-tabulous.
Cory.
Oh, hey.
And Nick.
I'm good.
Wow, that sounded really convincing.
I've been better.
We were just talking.
better.
We were talking before the show since we had quite some time to do so. And I was talking about how last week, how the kind of like the ups and downs and the idiosyncrasies that you have when you're like hosting the show versus when you're just on the show. And I said, it's funny. I said, because this is not the first time this has happened. I said, but I was all out of sorts and tired, and we had gone out the night before, Cory and I had. And when we started the show, I said, the music fades. Hello, welcome to Schnozzcast, blah, blah, blah. And I said, how's everybody doing tonight? And you guys looked at me with these like Garfield eyes, and there was like 6 seconds of silence. And then finally Todd's like, I'm good. And I'm like, and so Bob and I were talking, and I'm like, I know that they would probably both say, oh, well, I didn't want to step on this one person and the other person, So I'm like, and they're so used to being spoon-fed from Bob, like, Cory, how are you? Todd, how are you? And everyone has their own little baby-proofed, like,
So we can't change things up. Come on.
I know. So you guys, like, nobody knew what to fucking do.
Hold on. Did Cory just say we can't change things up? You are the king of changing things up.
Word.
Yes, you are.
How?
Word.
Every time someone is gone, or it's an episode that
There's stuff
you
that
show
has
up
to
with,
be
like,
changed.
No, it doesn't. Not necessarily all the time. There's
How? So
guys, you're never gonna believe what new thing tonight.
When was the last time that happened?
Camera. I can't remember when the last time it happened, but
Exactly.
are you saying it? So we're both in agreement that it has happened before, more than once.
The weird part.
Yeah, but I have a lot more to deal with to actually change and work with than you guys do.
No, that's not the point. The point is, like, it's a surprise that night. Like, hey guys, I know we're going live tonight, but I just bought a new camera. That's definitely happened before.
The weird thing is like with electronics and new upgrades and little things that he can improve, like Cory loves that. I don't think he considers that change, but with actual change in any sort of routine, he's very uncomfortable. He does not like change in routine, which is why it like throws a wrench in the gears. So that's why, like, tonight, snow. It's not supposed to be snowing. Every time I come here, I leave at 9:05 or I leave at 8:14 or whatever time I leave at each time. I was not preparing for snow.
It was bad. It was real bad.
So that is like, and if
You live in Michigan.
If anything,
It snows there
Okay,
in
well,
November.
And I can't help that other people drive 22 on the freeway, Todd.
Guys, this is why we don't go live anymore, because
If-
shit like this, it doesn't matter now. We just go, Cory, drive safe. You get here when you get here.
if Cory had everything he needed, like if he had his laptop and his iPad and all the connectors he needed, but did not have that backpack, there'd be a whole fucking world, a shitstorm. It would be like the whole night would be off.
I mean,
That doesn't make much sense because all that stuff comes in the backpack. So.
I know it does, but if for some reason you couldn't find the backpack, like it was being washed, and then Danielle couldn't find it.
Okay, let's also go back too.
Yeah.
I'm just going to toss my backpack in the wash.
Why not?
Why? It's a backpack.
What if
What if I peed on it?
What if someone's
Then it's now your backpack.
what if someone's girlfriend threw up on it?
Then it
now
goes
I
in
know
the
how to
garbage
get a
and
new
I
backpack.
would say it goes in the garbage and I get a new backpack.
I like Cory's backpack. Watch this. Zip.
All yours.
Well, that's yours now.
All
buddy.
yours, buddy.
Like, oh man, I'm really sorry. I thought it was a toilet, and now it's mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody pee on his car tonight.
But to Nick's earlier point,
It's all yours.
I'm like that's when you host the show, with any kind of regularity, then you just kind of learn. You go like, yeah, you can't. If you throw it out, people are just going to go pause, and then they're going to jump in. You have to address people. And I'm like, Nick would, if Nick hosted more frequently, he would figure that out. He would go like, yeah, that's probably what I should do. It's just having
Nick.
do it.
He doesn't do it enough, so he's just stupid.
Yeah. I was stupid as well.
You're a mediocre co-host at that.
One day I'll be polished like Bob.
One day. You can only hope, sir.
Practice.
Speaking of polishing the host, let's go into housekeeping. If you are new to the show, thank you for joining us. Please visit us here every week. You can find us out in the streaming services on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify, Pandora, or anywhere else you can get a podcast. You can also follow us on social media, on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook at Schnozzcast. If you want to send us an email, that address is schnozzcast@gmail.com. And let's not forget the elephant in the room, the elephant with the big fucking balls. It is the Shocker line, 618-SHOCKER.
Shocker line, baby. Always open.
Yeah. So, right out of the gate, fellas, I wasn't here last week, but we had some plans in the works for the 200th episode. Mm-hmm. And so we threw some dates out there. I think we were initially talking about November 26th, but as it turns out, life gets in the way, and so we're gonna push the live stream back a little bit. I think we're eyeing a date before the end of the year.
It'll be in celebration of the 200th episode.
Yes,
it's tough to say.
Sorry, my teeth got in the way.
It's tough to say.
And can we
It is when there's a hunk of plastic in your mouth.
Yeah, sorry, Todd.
No, I was going to say, can we all chip in and buy the rights to Kool and the Gang celebration?
Says the guy with helicopter money.
Teeth, the lips, the tip of the gums. Is that what it is?
What?
Are you looking at me?
Didn't you say that before when you're like
Tip of
the vocal warm up?
That's red leather, yellow leather.
Oh,
that's the vocal warm
teeth,
up.
the lips, the tip of the gums.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure that's right, but I can't remember what the right is, so I can't really comment.
What's the red? The one?
The right one?
The red leather. What?
Red leather, yellow leather.
I don't like it.
Corey, can you try it?
Fuck no. It's hard enough talking right now as it is, let alone trying to say that shit.
I'm sure there are many more, but anyway, so we are going to do a live stream. Whatever grandiose plans we might have had to have the 200th episode be the live one, because we're supposed to be doing maybe 3 or 4 live streams a year. It's just not going to turn out that way. But as Cory aptly said, we're going to do it in celebration of having done 200 episodes. And Nick was asking me earlier, like, hey, are we really at 200 episodes? And I happened to look because I'd never checked, and Apple Podcasts only holds the last 100. So the earliest episode on Apple Podcasts is the 100th episode.
So does Spotify.
Yeah, but Podbean has them all. So if you want to go back and hear the shittiest of shitty podcasts, you can go back to the very first episode that we did almost 3 years ago.
It's actually the one of just you and Phil, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not good. It's not great.
Episode 1.
Yeah.
Well, how can you? I mean, Phil's like a boat anchor, so
I feel like So, we will be doing a live episode. We'll put out the word, especially on social media when we figure out the date. But I think we're leaning toward a date in December, maybe the Saturday before Christmas.
And if we find out that maybe there's a party that was pre-scheduled, then we'll change it again.
Maybe one of us will have a baby. Maybe one of us will get punched in the face and end up in the hospital.
Oh,
It's a quick baby.
that is a quick baby.
Well, the baby may be on the way, and maybe we just all haven't been made aware of it yet.
Maybe it's from the episode Secret Baby.
It could be. That's the best kind of baby to have. It's a secret one. So if Cory was actually paying attention, he may be like, that's a great idea. That's what I'm going to do. Secret baby.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
name my son Schnoz.
Yeah. Daniel never be able to keep that quiet.
No,
Never.
there's no way.
Oh, no. No, my neighbor would probably know about it before I did. She'd be driving her car down the street with the windows down, just shouting out loud to anyone who would listen. I'm pregnant.
Got to go to all the family members' neighborhoods.
Oh my God.
All the neighborhoods now.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? Just because I think we're almost done with the wedding stuff now, right? Like,
are you talking to me or the guy who goes to more weddings than I've ever
not with
seen?
him. I like with, you know how like there's the denim coat with almost a Selesky, and there was what are you doing,
you mean
selfie
with
man?
Cory and Danielle's wedding, like that is officially over?
Can we see that selfie you just took?
They're about you on Instagram.
I've seen his selfie face before.
Okay.
It's very close to what I imagine his orgasm face would be.
I feel very uncomfortable right now.
Why are you imagining that anyway?
Well, of course we imagine it.
I can honestly say, I have not imagined
somebody
any of your
please
orgasm
put like a
faces.
bubble over Nick's head here where it's just like a cloudy, like Cory's face where he's just going to dreaming about
Yeah,
it.
I didn't say I'm imagining it as a good thing. Like I can imagine an earthquake.
That's
It doesn't mean I'm like,
that's a nightmare.
yeah,
That's what that
exactly.
is. It's not a dream.
I can imagine what an earthquake would be like. I've never been in one, and I don't want to be in one.
Yeah, but imagination is what with you is you actually choosing the topic.
No,
That's
sometimes
what's
sometimes
concerning.
it just pops into your head, like midget porn.
Man,
But anyhow,
Little people.
I don't even know what I was talking about.
anyhow. Yeah, so we're
This is
going to
what
do a
happens.
live stream coming up pretty soon.
Oh, that's what I was saying. The wedding.
The wedding.
With
Yeah.
all the different wedding posts.
Yes.
And how we finally got out of that, and now we're getting a lot of Cali still, which is fine.
Okay.
But-
now I understand what you're asking.
Yeah. So my question is, how many like stomach pictures and it's been 1 month, 2 months? Like, I mean,
So much.
is there going to be?
We're going to continue
be
to
none
see.
of that.
We're going to
Oh.
continue to see Cory and Danielle wedding pictures until there are baby pictures or pregnant belly pictures. Yes.
Ultrasound pictures,
Absolutely. That's when the wedding pictures will
chalkboards
stop.
with 1 month, 2 month,
Right. Because then
Like-
she'll forget all about that wedding. Will mean nothing to her anymore. It's going to be all about the baby.
that chalkboard that says I am the size of a, and then it says you write in like peanut.
Oh,
You have a
yeah.
lot of
Every meme.
a lot of what?
a lot of different ideas going on there, buddy.
There are
I feel like you've
because I've had a lot of
He's
friends
trying
that
to
have
talk
had
about every single meme he's seen from
I-
every
no,
pregnant woman.
I've had a
on
lot of
social
friends that
media.
have
I
had
was-
kids,
I was
and they
gonna say,
post like the
you're-
every month.
you must be a
You
part
don't
of
think
a-
this is gonna happen?
you must be a part of a lot of special Facebook groups.
Do you not think this is gonna happen? Oh my god!
It won't.
It's definitely going to happen.
No,
Oh my god,
Unless you steal her password and get a hold of her Instagram account.
you guys will never know.
dude!
All right.
God,
That's the dumbest thing I think you've said in a long time. We'll never know. Are you kidding me? She'll call. I noticed that Cory took you up on Instagram. I just want to let you know, look how big the baby. I'm going to send you a picture.
yeah.
That's definitely happening.
Or keep it quiet.
It's not if it's gonna happen. I'm saying like at what level is it going to happen? That's all.
What's
Very
the
good.
highest level you can go?
Cory looks at me like he's really gonna jab me. Like, oh, what do you think this is gonna happen? Like, are you kidding?
Look how uninterested Todd is in the baby talk that's going on right now. He's like, "What? Come on, man. Are we going to get to booze news or what?"
Oh my god, it's not all about you, sweetheart.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I guess let's jump into it. Booze news.
And now it's time for booze news.
Todd Dillon, you've been waiting to speak for many minutes.
No.
Yeah, when are you guys going to get done with
Is
this baby talk?
is it my turn?
Yeah, it is. It is. So
Only if it's about babies.
you got any baby? You got booze news for babies?
Maybe.
Baby booze news?
Maybe, baby.
Maybe. Well, actually,
Maybe
no.
booze news?
I'm starting at the other end of the spectrum.
Oh, old man news. Okay,
Yes.
Go.
Old man news.
Go.
Ready. A 79-year-old man got a 90-inch jump rope stuck inside his bladder after pushing the object through his penis. Yeah.
well, should we save our questions for the end, or can we?
Yeah, exactly. Just a couple more lines here. The handleless rope got tangled after the unidentified man inserted it through his urethra, according to a study published by the Urology Case Reports in September. The elderly man visited doctor's office in Tokyo Medical University in Mibu, Japan, after he was complaining he was experiencing dysuria, or difficulty urinating. An X-ray revealed a wire-like coiled foreign body with doctors described as a large object accompanied by acoustic shadows. The man made a full recovery without any long-term complications from the surgery. So that is my stomach. My stomach hurts every time I read this story.
I have many questions. So when you say so at its core, the story is dude took a jump rope and jammed it up his dick, and it got stuck in his bladder.
Yes.
The jump rope was 90 inches long. Are you
Yes.
saying that he jammed all 90 inches into his dick?
Yes.
Okay. When I think about a jump rope, I think about the old jump ropes that you had when you were a kid, where they were like there was a rope portion, but it was like around the outside. It was many different like let's say red black, plastic pieces that were around the rope part of the jump rope. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Todd does.
I do.
He's old enough to know. That's fine. He's older than me. Anyway, that's what I think about.
Can you not hear me? And like I said, I do.
That's what I think about. So are you saying that that's what he jammed up his dick?
It doesn't have the handles on it, and it didn't have any plastic things. There's all different kinds of jump ropes.
So he jammed a piece of rope up his dick.
That was my question. Was the handles? I was like, how the hell did the handles?
There's no handles. It's a full and all. They actually have a picture of the X-ray. The whole thing, like literally, I don't know how he must have used some sort of object even to push it beyond his wiener, because the whole thing is coiled in his bladder. The whole thing, like there wasn't a part that was like still hanging out a couple inches away from the tip.
Okay,
even their wieners.
So I wonder, was it like one of those like where the middle part of the jump rope is like that smooth neon plastic, like that rubber plastic where it's really thin, because that.
Okay.
That could
I'll
happen.
put it to this way. Again, looking at it, and no matter how thin it is, can you imagine sticking twine? And by the way, the thinner it is, the harder it would be to actually get it to stay stiff enough to get it in.
I mean, that smooth rubbery plastic is very, very thin, and I could see like that working.
Can you?
That would working more than rope.
Again, can someone put a little thought bubble over Nick's head, put it in post, so that he can see him thinking about this dick with the plastic going in it?
Exactly.
Okay.
Please make that happen.
Please, let's read off and talk about
Cory's
articles
orgasms.
that I'm not allowed to think about. Never mind. Sounds good. Great article.
Did I miss the motivation for why he wanted?
There's no one asked and he didn't tell.
I feel like I might have a gander or two at.
Go.
Really? Just because it gets him off? I'm very sure that's why he did it.
But 90. Dude, why wouldn't you pull it out?
There's some sort of sexual connotation to it. There's no other reason that you go to
maybe you like the
length
feeling
like that. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe he had an itch. Maybe he had an itch on the other side of his taint, and he couldn't figure out a better way to get to it.
The other side of his taint? The inside by that side?
Right.
I hate when I get those itchy inside taint feelings.
Inside taint itch.
Yeah, as long as it's outside taint, it's all good.
Well, you can scratch that. You can get to that.
Take care of that, no problem.
But
it's that inside ish.
You know how around.
When you want to reach into your dick hole and just kind of tickle the taint from the inside? One of those itches. Not that I've ever had one.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but I feel like I'd be interrupting. You're really on a roll with this. And
I
feel like you need to keep going.
No, I'm good now. I got my itch scratched.
Okay.
I think he had an itch.
What's wrong with it?
I don't think it's sexual. So my vote is for he had an itch.
Okay. And he needed 90 inches of jump rope to scratch it.
Dude, I've had some itches inside my ear that I would have stuck 90 inches of garden hose to get to.
Oh, okay.
That'd be quite the X-ray.
It would.
Mm.
Yeah, and I've not thought about it to that degrry, but now I'm looking at you thinking about it.
Let's get a thought bubble.
Thought bubble.
Yeah.
Right in my
And then imagine Cory having his orgasm.
Can I have a split screen of my thought bubble? That'd be amazing. The two of you dudes in there doing completely different things in my thought bubble. All right, man. You know what? I'm just going to shelve my article. I can't top that. Let's
probably a good call.
Yeah. Let's go right into sports.
And we see him heading in that direction. The 20. He's going for 40. And it's 90 seconds sports.
90 Seconds Sports brought to you by Nick Bader and his Hourglass. Todd, you still there?
Hey, Nick. I'm here. I'm waiting for Nick to tell me when. When it's my time.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this test.
All
okay.
Right. Ready?
Nope.
Todd Dillon, your 90-second sports with an hourglass with sand that matches my hoodie starts now.
Well, first off, I said I wasn't ready, but that's okay. I'm going to get right to it. Today, the University of Michigan won its 11th straight game. Hail to the victors. And I mean hail to the victors. They won a very important game against an up-and-coming Illinois team. They lost their best running back with just one run in the second half, but still Blake Corum ended up with 108 yards rushing. The total team effort, the quarterbacks played well. They had 4 or 5 different people injured during the day. The University of Michigan showed real heart today, got it done, got to win against a tough and rejuvenated Illinois team. Football at its best. And, hey, the kickers finally didn't fuck it up. Great day, U of M. Great day, U of M. Hail to the victors. That's my 90 seconds, man.
Whoa.
You came in under 90 seconds? Wow.
Keep talking sports, dude. You still got sand in this hourglass. You can say anything.
It's a mic drop moment, Bob.
That's the point, is that he'll wait till it's done to where he's not allowed to talk about sports, and then he'll be like, well, what really got me about last night's game was blah, 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 blah.
Todd, did Michigan
Well,
State,
now that I think about it.
Did Michigan State play today?
All the kicker. Did who?
Michigan State.
Who's that?
Okay, keep going.
I've never. There's a school called Sparty. I don't know what they did today.
I'm sorry. 90 seconds sports is up. That's it.
All right.
That's it.
I got my moment.
Hey, but did you see all the kickers? The kickers.
No. Too much grab ass.
You had 20 seconds to talk about anything you wanted.
He literally stopped at like 60 seconds.
Hail to the victors.
Oh, he had 30. Yeah. Well, I mean, he had a shot.
Hail to the victors.
You got your chance.
All right, now I'll get that. I was every time you start talking about sports, I'm like, oh, I get so disinterested. I'm like, wow, this is a great time to go grab a shot.
Yeah,
and then I have to run back to say that was.
You're gonna have a second right now. All I need you to do is to tell me which button you'd like me to push, this one or that one.
The one on the right.
Are you ready?
TikToks. You got the right one.
I just do what I'm told.
Are you ready?
I'm a cog in a great big wheel, Todd.
Are you ready?
Holy shit. I don't think I've ever seen that picture before.
That's awesome artwork. TikToks.
What is going on with your face?
I don't know. Nick did the artwork.
He's like Krampus.
Yes. Thank you. It looks like it looks like a poster for that upcoming David Harbour movie where he's playing Santa Claus. Who
exactly?
Violent Night.
Yes,
Yeah.
which I can't wait to see. You look like that. Like you could star in that movie with that piece of artwork.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is 100%.
Why are you taking it as a compliment?
Not the
Came
art.
from you. Why are you telling me shouldn't?
I made the artwork.
Don't hate, appreciate.
So it's a compliment to you via Cory.
Exactly.
It totally does. You know why it makes sense? Because you're not on the microphone, and I can say whatever I want. All right. TT's TikToks.
All right. You got the Bluetooth volume on?
I do.
All right. So this first one, it's a clip from Practical Joker, so I figured it was definitely fitting to the podcast. I know how much you guys all love the Impractical Joker, so...
Is this a new clip?
You know what, man? I don't even know. It's older because Joe's in it, but
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen it before, and it gave me a pretty good chuckle, so here you guys go.
Oh, I seen this one.
So he's eating a bar of deodorant right now. Sal is.
Trying to make each other laugh.
They're in a very quiet waiting room with a bunch of other people around.
Do you remember from the clip?
I read online that you could eat it.
Is he actually eating deodorant, or did he put something else in the...
I hope he put something else in there. Now Q's unzipping his shirt, his hoodie. It says Milana's bachelorette party.
Which is Joe's daughter.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Murr is amused.
Joe unzips his jacket. Says, "I'm the beef." And Sal.
That's great.
This is where
That's
Sal,
like the,
Sal
what
starts
is
losing it.
From the 80s.
It's on the beats.
Where'd you get that?
This is Jersey Shore.
That's a great shirt. I'm sorry, is there a bathroom here that I can use? How many? And down that hallway? Good, thanks. Appreciate it.
Or rides away on his luggage.
A little riding scooter.
You can actually buy those. Those are
Honestly,
so
that
cool.
so far that's the funniest thing in my book.
on the beach.
No. Him riding away the scooter.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
He didn't crash into anything though.
And Sal lost that challenge.
All right, I assume you have more than one TikTok, so let's
Yeah.
let's take a short break in the TikTok-iness.
Hey,
And
can
we'll
he
do it.
before we can we
Yeah.
see a good one before he stops?
No, we got a shot sitting here, Todd.
Let's do this shot real quick.
All right, what are you drinking, Todd?
I am drinking a little spiked chocolate latte.
What?
Oh yeah, and little contact hazy IPA from Stone Brewing.
That's the bougiest drink description I've heard in a while.
That's your shot, the latte.
Yeah, spiked chocolate latte.
That sounds disgusting.
Well, guess what? We're drinking
Although
a little.
technically, it might be better than what we just
We're-
did. A
we're
shot of.
drink-
No,
Yeah, it is.
You didn't. So you guys clearly didn't hear me on the pre-shot. This is horrible. Bad decision today.
Really?
Yeah. So let's get this over with, motherfucker.
So our first one was bad too. So Bob bought two. This is.
Wait, hold on. Do you remember the name of the? We'll have to give them the brand name so that people can know to avoid that.
Yeah, we will. We
Okay.
will. Stay away from it.
I did buy a backup bottle of booze.
The backup bottle of booze is like Balton's or something.
Ball cloth.
Yeah, I thought
peanut butter.
I thought it said ball cloth at first.
Nothing like some good old ball
Yeah,
cloth.
taking
Again.
that ball cloth and squeezing it out into the
Right into my mouth.
Thought bubble.
Right from the
And
tap, please.
peanut butter and chocolate.
So
Whiskey.
yeah, this is peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah, so hopefully this is better than the original stuff.
Hey, I figured out why it sucks.
Why is that?
It's gluten free.
Oh,
Yeah, you need the
okay.
gluten.
Yeah, you gotta have the gluten.
Cheers.
Salute.
Cheers.
Sweet chocolate shit. Oh my goodness.
I think it's good.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
I mean, maybe it's better than I think it is. Maybe it's not as good as I think it is because we just are comparing it.
That dog shit?
That's what we just drank. So
I think it's good because it's not. You're just imagining this like screwball, super sweet.
yes,
Doesn't taste like whiskey at all, and the undertone is very barrely whiskey, with just a slight hint of cocoa and peanut butter.
I'm gonna say that's more expensive than Screwball.
I don't think it is.
I think it is.
It's $26 on
Yeah,
the top. Is
Screwball's
Screwball
not
like
26
30 or like
No.
29. It's not like 29.
Dude, now you got me questioning
Yeah.
everything about
It's
life.
$30.
Yeah, Screwball. Is,
Well,
yeah.
then I think this is better than Screwball.
I do. Because it's not as sweet.
Yeah, I agree. And I like sweet things, so.
And I cannot lie.
I like Screwball.
That's why I've been with Lori so long.
Never said.
I like sweet
stop it.
things and I cannot lie.
I'm not
Stop
gonna,
it.
I do prefer I prefer Screwball over that.
Did you try this?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Nick gave me some, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
so
gave
you
him
didn't
one.
give him the other shit, but you gave him this stuff?
It was actually I got over there and forgot to grab his, and I was like, okay.
For shit's sake. Okay.
And you did say you were going to take it home, so I'm like, well, at least he can try it.
That is true. Well, hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
Because he's like, oh, if we just hit this one tonight, I'm going to take this other one home. I'm like, oh.
Well, that was, yeah, with the plan of like.
Take
were
that
gonna
other
drink the
one
shit. Okay. All right. What do you got for us here, Cory?
This next
Hey,
one
what-
is from our good friend Bob Menery. And it's the latest one I found on his Instagram.
Yeah, you got to love the focus here with the driver on 13. A deer is sucking off another deer in the background. It does not phase him as he rips that down the middle. That's about 315. Yeah, you got to love the focus here with the driver on 13.
See, right in the
A deer
background.
is sucking off another deer in the background. It does not phase him as he rips that
what are
down
all
the
these
middle. That's
animals?
about 315.
Yeah. How do you. I would have a hard time teeing off if they were just like geese around the. When we've done that, Cory, at Dearborn Hills.
Yes.
Those fucking geese.
You really have a problem with geese.
Yeah, he does.
Well, they got a problem.
Geese are mean.
When we were kayaking,
Geese are assholes.
when we were
And
kayaking,
they can hurt you.
when we were kayaking,
Absolutely.
there were geese literally following us at a distance for a good mile.
And now you know why, because I was with you.
Yeah, they're like,
but
man,
with
I know you say he's a good guy, but if you weren't here, I fucking fluffed the fuck out of this guy.
Fluff the fuck out of him.
Oh, how can I build that into an episode title?
I know that. I think he doesn't know what that means.
It'll come to me.
Fluffing, I understand.
Okay.
All right, this last one I got here for you guys. This is a gentleman playing. He's basically living out the conscience or the thoughts of your mouth, or someone's mouth at that.
Welcome to the mouth. What's the purpose of your visit? Pleasure. How long do you plan to stay in the body? About a week. Says here you're a red blood cell. Yeah. Then why are you green? I haven't been very well. What? I've reason to suspect you're a virus. But I'm not. I'm afraid we're gonna have to kill you. No, I'm sorry. I'll go. Too late, I'm afraid. I promise I'll never come back. You just follow these white blood cells, they'll take care of you. Thanks for visiting. Next. Hi. Welcome to the mouth. What's the purpose of your visit? Look, mate, I'm just as confused as you are.
He's dressed as a sperm.
That's supposed to be a sperm?
Okay.
Jesus.
Why is
God.
Well, they can't all land, Cory.
Why is the tail on his head?
None of them did today.
Why is the tail on his
I
head?
didn't say that. But
I did.
Yeah, you did.
All right. I don't know, Nick. I didn't make the costume.
Well, you're upset that... Okay. That was hilarious.
And Todd, in a minute, you're going to get to tell us why. So,
all right.
but for the meantime...
Let me try to redeem myself to Todd, apparently.
Shit, Cory's going into panic mode over there.
See what he thinks about this one.
Holy shit, I hope I've got some good shit saved for the end here.
Babe, after I'm done with the dishes, I'm probably going to go wash your car. Are you okay? You need me to make you a sandwich? Get you something to drink? No? Okay.
Play the first part of that again. I want to see her hit that. She fucking put a hurting on that.
Yeah, so this is a very small woman that's playing one of those boxing machines.
If she was a little bit taller,
Jesus
like
Christ.
a lot taller, Bob would be
a
so
lot
turned
taller.
on right
Oh
now.
my God, yeah. I'd be like, what's her number?
Babe, after I'm done with
she
the dishes,
smokes the
I'm
fuck out of
probably
that.
gonna wash your car.
She's
Are you
definitely,
okay?
yeah.
You need
If
me
she
to
doesn't
make you a
compete
sandwich?
professionally,
Get you something to drink? No?
Yeah,
she's got a lot of anger then. A lot of rage.
I'm hoping that is definitely
but you know, if I could use my sister as an example, a lot of short people have a lot of like a huge amount of rage. So I think that holds true here.
Well, my brother is very short, and he has like ant syndrome, and it's I always feel like I don't know if it's like to disprove what the stigmatism is, or it's just built into short people, but he could
Do you mean
always
stigma.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, not with his eyes. And he could lift like 5 times his body weight. Like he does things that like little people or any people should not be able to do.
He is Ant-Man.
That's what I'm saying.
He's George Costanza, actually.
Yeah. So he could lift 100 pounds over his head without even thinking about it.
But that's Elaine saying that.
He's powerful.
Very, very powerful. All right.
Ooh.
All right, so now we're gonna see it all come full circle here, and now we come to the airing of grievances, and another thing. So look at Todd; he was looking at his phone. He's like, "Oh, okay."
Well, because I was going to actually because
like,
I'm not ready.
Here we go.
I'm not ready. Todd didn't even know the show was happening tonight. He's not ready for anything.
I know I'm getting lapped here.
We put artwork up. We have music telling you exactly what we're about to do.
Do you have any grievances? You said
I do.
Absolutely,
I
do.
We have time. Yeah, but I threw him for a loop with the plane and the fucking car
did.
thing. He's like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
There goes my Why I Hate Planes and Cars books.
So now I have another grievance. Anyway,
go there. It's your segment.
I do have a grievance.
Okay.
Corporations have been bilking the little man for forever, and I get it. And companies cut back to save money, like making it used to be a 12-ounce beer can, now it's 11.5 ounces, but you pay a little bit more for it. I get that. That's good old American capitalism. But one company that cannot skimp on quality is the makers of dog poop bags. You motherfuckers cutting the extra layer of plastic out of this motherfucker. I picked up a turd today the size of frickin' my fist, and my thumb went right through the fucking bag and into the shit. What the fuck? How can you freaking cut back on this? On my thumb went right through it. I picked another bag, and there's like a little slice in it right from the get go. My dogs make shits the size of human heads. Please.
Do you think it's? Oh, go ahead.
If I gotta buy a different bag that's called the hefty bag of dog poop bags, just advertise that. But don't just start skimping on the thickness of the plastic, because mofos be getting shit in their hands, and it's freaking disgusting.
Yeah, one thing I was gonna say was, are you not loosening the purse strings really and buying like the medium-sized dog bags not knowing that you are cleaning up after
he's got the Chihuahua-sized dog bags?
Cleaning up after a grizzly bear. Or are the same people that are putting razor blades in candies and poking holes in condoms slicing these bags? Yeah.
Well, there was one with a slice, but here's the thing: there was none of them were sliced before or after it. And then the other thing was, like I said, I'm noticing the same bags that we've been buying, which are the premium bags that are huge, because I have big hands and we have big shits.
Because I have big hands.
Wait, what?
Well, I got to get my hand in the bag to pick up the shit.
Well, hold on. Wait, are you picking up dog shit with your hand?
No, he's putting the bag over his hand and then grabbing it.
Don't you have like a pooper scooper kind of a thing?
I don't know. You know what?
I was saying when you go on a walk with the dog, you don't do that.
I was going to say,
but if your dog gives a shit the size of a human head, you should probably have a pooper scooper with you.
Yeah, but his hands
that would be
size
great.
of
Except for, you know what?
fucking
We
dinner
haven't
plate.
mastered in our dogdom. Our dogs don't make.
What?
Were you
Dog
singing?
drum?
In our dogdom, our dogs have soft shits. So, unfortunately, a pooper scooper doesn't work well for us. I'd be shoveling. I need a shovel. And I'll be taking a piece of sod every time I pick up a shit.
You need like a dog shit vacuum.
Or one of those horse pouches.
You should get is like a dirt devil wet vac.
What?
Like a handheld, like dustbuster, but wet vac version.
No.
Just suck it right up.
No, because filters need cleaning. That's a bad idea. A bad idea.
There's no filter in a wet vac.
Then where does the waste go?
Is.
Yeah, there is.
No.
Dude, what the fuck? Yes, there is.
Mine doesn't have one.
Okay.
It should.
I know
That's
you're
why
not
it's blowing the dirt back
You're
into
not
your
picking
room.
up dog shit.
It's a wet vac. It's meant to pick up water and stuff.
Water, not shit. Water and shit are two different things.
Yes. Okay. One's a little oilier than the other.
I'm going to say, on behalf of our listeners, that Todd was given an assignment to avoid all travel-related grievances, and he came with a thunder.
Yeah.
And answered the call with what might be the strongest grievances segment I've heard in a long time.
But that's what I want. That's what I want. We want actual grievances. We don't.
Fuck yeah.
We don't want manufactured. What I think, maybe, or
We don't want your opinions on.
Hold on. I
Dylan
did do a house hunter's grievance as well. Remember?
Not tonight. You didn't.
It all just came
tonight. You're like,
back to
no,
me.
it's all. I'm bringing it.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. I think that we were a little off topic on that.
Kudos to you, sir.
I think I had to reel you back in. I remember I was like, dude, what are you talking about? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, Todd?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's just these motherfuckers. This is fucking homeowners association. I'm like, wait, what?
They got no money and they want 3 bedrooms and a freaking and a pool.
He was poor shaming a lot. He was poor shaming.
I was poor shaming
a lot.
Well, look, rich people will do that. It's,
but he thinks because he came from the struggle that he can do that. He's like,
no, put the word on the street.
He's like Tim Watley.
No, I think when
Like
you're
Tim
asking
Watley.
someone for a $500 rent and you go, oh, it's not granite countertops. I can't live.
No, we already did the topic.
We're not going back to it.
No, we made it out of the
Todd,
storm.
I said you came strong tonight. Don't go back to what you did last week.
Now I'm going to relive my glory moments.
Leave on a high note, Todd.
Yeah, this is the high note. Absolutely. Just drop your mic right now. Like, good night, everybody.
All right, fuck you guys. Mic drop.
That's awesome, man. Holy shit. I'm not sure what the company is that makes pooper scoopers.
Pooper Scooper?
No, not true. Because I looked.
There's a lot of companies, I'm sure.
Probably Ronco.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer. But they really need to. You need something that's like a Hawkeye, sort of like it sits in a quiver, and you just go like this, and you fucking pull it out while you're on the dog, while you're walking the dog. Scoop that shit up, and then right back in here.
Ooh, I don't know if I like that idea.
But it's got to be better than like, let me put this bag over my fist and then grab the shit.
That's actually
no.
Lifting any kind of feces over your head
with a thin layer of plastic between your hand and a giant pile of dog shit. There's got to be a better way.
What happens the second you miss that quiver and you got dog shit all on your back?
No, you engineer it so the shit doesn't go in the quiver. It goes just outside. There's got to be some other way.
It goes just outside. No, continue with the.
No, I'm not an engineer, especially not a Pooper Scoopers. But if you're telling me that the best way we can do it is like, let me put this plastic bag over my hand and pick up the shit with my fingers, I'm going to tell you you're full of shit.
No,
there's a better way.
Oh, really?
Please, Pooper Scoopers, Ronco, get on this.
Listen, Bob.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
The claw hand. You know, the claw hand, like the bug grabbers, or the like, let me pick this up off the floor because I'm overweight.
Sure.
Hands.
Yeah.
Something like that is bag fed. Yeah. That you could put like any kind of bag.
You see?
Yeah.
You see what's happening here?
To where,
he's taking my ideas like, yeah, here's how we can make that happen.
To where the bag.
He's not saying like, oh, that's great. No,
and
you should
conforming
continue
to
with
your
your
hand.
So the bag every time it's recharged, the bag would go over the grabber.
Yep.
You just put it down. It closes around it like it's a bug, slides off, goes right into a satchel. Something like that. Because
that's what I'm talking about.
Because
we're going to find out this has already been made.
Not like
invention
is the best
and it
way.
never will be.
Invention is the child of necessity.
Yes.
No, and, well, Todd,
you lost me on that part, but everything you said before that was
because
amazing.
of incompetence too.
I don't have a dog, so I've never had.
It's the goddaughter of fucking diarrhea. So
Todd, and any idea Nick comes
all
up with,
great points.
any invention idea that's Nick has come up with ends up being taken by now. So that's why I only assume this has already been made.
I'm sure it
No, it
probably
hasn't been made because
that's a good point.
The cost profile is going to outweigh the. Again, don't want to pour shame, but this $700 contraption. Exactly,
dude. You know, are you kidding me?
Shelf.
Have you seen those fucking crazy ass expensive iRobot lawnmowers? Like they still make them. Just because they're expensive doesn't mean they're not going to make
my
them.
mom got one.
Did she really?
But nobody's going to do that to pick up shit.
How does your mom trust anyone, especially a robot?
She
to
did
do her
not trust
grass?
you or any of her children.
Well, there's a long backstory of why she had to get the iRobot lawnmower.
Has she used it yet?
Oh yeah, she used it all summer.
Does it work great?
That's great.
It's fantastic. If it wasn't so fucking expensive, I would have bought two by now.
Yeah.
Really?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
It literally you don't do anything.
It shakes
Just
and bakes.
unleash it on the lawn and it does its thing.
How does it bag it?
Does it kill moles?
You can. Well, I mean, if they're popping up out of that hole when it's coming over, you can do a bagging system inside of it, or you can just do mulching.
Like a really small bag?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It doesn't hold a lot, but
because the thing's pretty big, isn't it?
it's a decent size. I mean, I'd say about as wide as one of these tables, and maybe
but
like 4 feet long.
Aren't you guys like completely against mulching your family? Remember, you're like, you mulch your lawn?
I don't prefer it. My dad never did, and my mom doesn't either. But like I said, given the circumstances of why she got the lawnmower, it was kind of one of those. Like it was something that she kind of had to forfeit. So
and it does a great job, huh?
Oh, dude, it on schedule. Every time you want to go out, it just pulls right out of the driveway.
So do you have to like go and put it in the backyard when you're ready for it?
No, if you have a spot where you're secure enough, like leaving it and being okay with it being out, it'll drive its way
to the backyard.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me sideways.
Yeah, like if you left that little gate open in the back that you have, it could come right out and do the front, and then it would drive right back.
Oh
and
my
then
god, how much is it?
Yeah, if you're listening to the executive,
was like the basic model.
If you're listening to the executive version of this podcast, what you're hearing from Nick Bader is jealousy.
I'm jealous. 100%.
I'm just upset that because my dad was just like, "I need your Christmas list," and I just can't. And
dude, they're expensive as shit.
That's fine, but
That's fine, but
no, my dad likes getting
ridiculously expensive things for you for Christmas.
Expensive, unique things like. And
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, out of all
you got a birthday coming up.
Out of all the crazy expensive stuff that your dad's purchased you for Christmas or your birthdays, that would probably be one of the most practical things that you could get that you actually use all the time.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
All right. Well, stay tuned, Schnozzcast fans. We may have an update for you by January
on how sweet those robot lawnmowers are.
That is correct. You are correct, sir.
I was gonna say I'm surprised iRobot doesn't make like a pooper scooper robot.
Oh fuck, So now that we're on this robot subject are you okay? No, I just got really excited.
Just so you know, I'm going to rebrand this the Killer Robot of the Week segment. Return.
Oh, thank God.
Yep.
So for years and years, we've always had a pool at my parents' house in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
All the time we were out there baking in the sun, vacuuming out. People are coming over. Oh, if you wanted to have friends over, you had to vacuum out the pool yourself. So out there for an hour, just dying. And you have to, all these hoses and everything you have to hook up, all this and that shit. Basically like the year I'm gone. And there, we found like certain like robots over the years that were a little primitive that would clean your pool for you. And of course my mom was always like, no, it's not as good as doing it yourself. So she was always against them. The year I moved out, what did she get? Top of the line robot vacuum cleaner that you just toss in the pool, cleans the entire pool, goes up the walls and everything. Don't have to do anything except for put it in the pool, take it out, and empty the filter out. I was like, oh, that's very nice, Mom. Thank you.
Dude, that's why people have kids, dude. You're not caught under the plan.
Yeah,
they don't need dishwashers when they get.
You don't think there's any connection between you being a drain on her pocketbook and you leaving and her investing in shit like that?
Exactly.
Oh, dude, and
I'm sure there is, but
yes, of course there is.
In 1995, we had an electric pool robot that cleaned our pool at my dad's house. So
yeah,
talk about bougie.
This one was 2020,
and this thing was this big, round, and other than the hose like propelled it, and it did a great job. It didn't go up the walls, but it did a great job. Other than my dad used to say, he's like, anyone that owns a pool, he's like, I've had a pool this whole time. Everyone loves it until it's time to open or close it. He's like, no one loves it. He goes in, you'll get a couple hot weekends. He said, but I always, which is first, Memorial Day or Labor Day?
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Yeah, so he always tell me, he'd say, open it on Memorial Day, close on Labor Day, no matter what the weather is. He said, because there were a few times, like every other year, you'd have some really super like 90-degree hot weekends on Labor Day. And we'd, keep the pool open. And he's like, I would. And then all of a sudden, it would get down to like freezing temperatures almost. He's like, and I'd be out there freezing my balls off, trying to vacuum the pool and get it all closed up. He's
and
that's leaves, yeah.
That's a very safe bet to make because my parents have always done the same thing. It was Memorial Day, maybe a couple weeks before, but Labor Day was definitely the hard close. There was
not me.
No going past that.
Left my pools open as long as I wanted to, and then I had the stones to be out there in the cold.
And
I mean, dude, hey.
And you know what? When I grew up, my pool was the water treatment plant on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. And we swam away from the robot because if you get sucked under like Willie did that one time, you freaking never came back. So that was my pool.
Oh, Cory just gets up and walks away. All right. So before we go on to the next,
hey, Bob. Before we go on, I did have to drag the one thing out though. There is an amazing commercial by iRobot where they have now the sight technology so that the robot doesn't run. If your dog leaves a dump in your house, and the robot were to kick off on its schedule, it could. In the past, I guess they've gone into and swept shit all over people's houses. They come back home. Well, it would have been a little bit disappointing. Turns into a whole house being covered in shit. But now the new iRobot is able to recognize dog shits, and the commercial for it is absolutely amazing.
Dude. All right, so before we get into the next segment here, this kind of harkens back to something we did a couple of episodes ago where we talked about Jones Soda releasing the turkey and gravy. Yeah, officially it is the Jones Special Release Turkey and Gravy Soda. And they do note here, it says, with other natural flavors. I'm not sure what those are, but the Jones family, it's back. For a limited time, you can experience our infamous Turkey and Gravy Soda. Grab a bottle while you can and bring it to your holiday gathering when even your vegan buddies can partake. Or chug the whole bottle if you dare. just make sure to get it on video. Share it with us, and we'll give you a Jones T-shirt. Cheers.
What?
Yeah, we're getting T-shirts.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna cut this out, right?
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
send it
god,
to
yeah.
them? Yeah.
The second I read that, I was like, well, we're already
here
gonna
we
have
go.
it on video. So
All right, so Cory has genuinely, generously as well.
How come you guys didn't tell me to buy one so I had one here for the
Now,
same time?
we talked about it a couple of episodes ago. And
But we didn't say when we were doing it.
No, we didn't. But I think that everyone was sent from that episode with an mission to go find it. And I feel like you failed the test.
according to Bob, you could only get them online for $35 a bottle.
Yes.
And I happened to, I was in Kroger one night as they were closing.
They must have been like,
Cory's got a soda guy.
They must be 50 cents because you were not spending $35.
Oh, they were it was $1 a bottle, $1.10 a bottle. And I happened to walk by and I saw them in the back of the, like they were in the way back of the shelf.
Yeah.
And it was the last 5 they had, so I grabbed them.
So Todd, it's either going to be a shame or in your favor that you're not here to have to drink this, but we're all going to try it.
So there you go.
Luckily, we have half a glass to try. So,
yeah.
Thank you.
So you got the remainder of the bottle?
Yeah.
Are you chugging all of it, or are we?
I'm gonna drink all of it.
Thank you, Cory Selesky.
Jones Soda, thank you for the opportunity, and we await our free T-shirts.
cheers.
Cheers, boys. It's actually not. It's not terrible.
Hold on. I'm getting the finish. I'm getting the finish right now.
I'm tasting mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Is what I'm tasting.
It's
very starchy.
yeah.
That is interesting.
But you know what? If you give someone a glass of liquid and you say it's turkey gravy soda, your brain does something to you before it even hits your lips.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what's happening here.
Yeah, if you just told
Yeah, but
us
it
to
actually
drink this-
saves you though. If you just drank it natively, you'd probably get sick. If you had no warning.
But it's kind of sugary.
Yeah, it's very sugary, and there's a little hint of gravy, but yeah, more mashed potatoes than anything.
It's the latest. It's the greatest.
Not bad, Jones.
Mashed potatoes.
Not bad. Definitely better than the candy corn that we did.
You know what? You're probably right.
The Thanksgiving candy corn.
They did say this was infamous.
The funny thing is, if this was orange and you told me this was candy corn, I'd be like, yeah, it kind of tastes like candy corn.
But again, that's your brain.
But it kind of tastes like candy corn too.
No, I don't.
It's sugary, and candy corn sucks.
Yeah, but this sucks in a totally different way.
This is. We're not getting any T-shirts, by the way.
Oh no, they didn't say you have to love it to get a T-shirt.
I mean, they even said chug a bottle if you dare. I feel like that kind of.
I'm not sure.
Don't even.
I'm not sure the dare is required to do the T-shirt though.
No, I don't think so. I hope not.
All right, I feel like that's enough.
That'll be good coming back up.
Yeah,
you set that over there. Just so I don't accidentally drink it.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Thanks, man. No, that was an experience.
I said
that happened
when we talked about it, and I saw him. Like I have to grab him.
I feel like that would need
good or bad.
That would need to be like almost freezing cold.
That would probably be the best way to.
Yeah, or we'd have to be much drunker.
Oh God, yeah,
yeah.
Maybe then, be like, ooh, that's what I need.
I feel like some turkey and gravy, fellas. If you don't have it in the fridge, I guess there's soda I can drink.
Open this bottle real quick.
Woo.
All right, let's move on here.
Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Oh, gentlemen's agreement. Oh, it's the motherfucking gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Oh, gentlemen's agreement.
Okay. That's that. Okay. All right. We have actually all watched our movies. So we're going to start with Nick Bader. And while you're giving your review, I'm going to walk over there and get some actual good stuff to drink.
All right.
I won't send that part to Jones.
Yeah, cut it before that. Exactly. All right. So you had to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm from me.
Yes, I had to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm. So I was kind of, surprisingly, I was dreading watching this. I'm a lover of Seinfeld. I'd never seen Curb. But I watched it, and it It wasn't bad. I'm not going to give away any kind of spoilers or anything like that. I could empathize a lot with Larry David. I will say that. A lot of the things that he goes through, I've gone through in my life. I feel like our mindsets kind of run parallel with a lot of things. Just the everyday society isms that you have to deal with that are like, oh, come on, just groaning. But yeah, it was decent. It was very dated. Of course, I think the first episode was quite some time ago. And I haven't got any further than, the first like 4 episodes. It was not horrible. It wasn't smacking my thigh laughing. But I'll probably go back to it. So I'll give it a grade of probably a C.
Who was that from?
That was from Bob.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Nick, you please go back to it, and because the one thing I found with it, there similarly, I think it's there are a lot of episodes that depending upon the circumstance, much like Seinfeld. Some of them are that leg slap and hilarious, like leave you laughing for a week because because he touches on the whole gamut of all your emotions. So once you lock in on one of those, so dude, and also selfishly, I do think I can't remember what season JB Schmoove joined the cast, but he's freaking hilarious as his pool boy or whatever, living out in his spare house. So, dude, go back to it. I think you'll find that there's some really, really good episodes in there along the way.
Okay,
awesome,
noted.
I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you finally got around to watching it, and appreciate the review, Cory.
Yes, Ray Donovan from Todd. So I will say I only watched 1 episode, and there's kind of 2 reasons behind that. Todd, after assigning Goliath, you kind of let me down a little, buddy.
Okay.
But not a ton. The first episode was it is good. It's a great show, but it wasn't as gripping as Goliath was for me, or even Rescue Me for that.
Sure.
And the reason why there was only the 1 episode was due to the fact that you had to buy every episode after that.
Oh, okay.
And I thought to myself, I'm like, it was good enough that had I bought 1, I would have kept going. So that being the glowing part of my review for you, because I know after I would have done the at least second or third episode, I probably would have been hooked on it, and I would have been like, fuck, now I got to pay $3 for every episode of 7 seasons. Yeah, and I'm like, I can't do that. So
in retrospect, you're right. To have that one follow Goliath is a tough call, but you're right. It grabs you. The unfortunate thing is later on after a couple of, like the 3rd season, it starts to jump the shark a bit, but super solid show.
Well, and the guy that plays Ray Donovan, Leaf.
Yeah, Liev Schreiber.
Dude, I absolutely love him. Everything he's ever been in, he's been great to me. Like it's just something about his character and what he normally plays. I like what he's always casted as, and his ability as an actor. And to kind of circle back a little bit, Todd, going back to Goliath, that kind of dwindled out, man. And
you kept watching it?
End of season 3, I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Season 4 started. I was like, nope, this isn't.
Remember, I warned you about that though, there's only little remnants left.
Yeah, the first and second seasons, phenomenal.
Yep.
The third one though, and the fourth one was it went downhill. Sorry, I just wanted to add that in there for Goliath.
2-season wonder, baby.
All right, Todd.
Yes, sir.
Before you get started here, we got a shot. Grab yourself a shot, Todd, and for all the Schnozzcast listeners and viewers, please do the same. Whatever you got, even if it's taking a sip out of your cup of coffee.
Have a nice tall sip of coffee.
Put a little Frangelico in there, maybe a little
iced chocolate spiced latte.
My mom used to do that shit all the time. I never understood it. Like Frangelico, what the fuck?
Frangelico's awesome.
Is it?
I'm ready.
Yeah. There's a shot that we've had that in that you love.
It is?
Chocolate covered pretzel.
Oh, yeah, but it's not. It's Frangelico and what else?
Pinnacle whipped with a salted rim.
Or drop it in a beer. You have a Snicker shot. Or what's the name?
Snickerdoodle.
Can't blame the teeth this time, buddy.
No, no, it's a Snickers, but it's not a shot.
Use your words.
Red leather, yellow leather.
When you drop a shot in a beer.
I don't know.
I can't think of the name.
Irish car bomb?
No, that's a specific.
Boilermaker?
Boilermaker, yes. Thank you.
I don't think Frangelico's involved in a Boilermaker. I could be wrong.
Yeah, for Snickers.
If you drop a shot into a beer, it's a Boilermaker.
No. Yeah. If you drop a shot of Frangelico in a beer, that's a very specific shot. I don't think it's a Boilermaker. We'll look it up.
Yeah.
Cheers, boys.
Salute.
It's just because it all foams up when you drop a shot into a beer, so it's a Boilermaker.
We'll check.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right, but I could be wrong.
There may be a Boilermaker shot as well.
I think that there is. That's my point. Anyway.
I was always raised that if you drop a shot in a beer, it's a Boilermaker.
All right.
Unless it's an Irish car bomb.
Exactly. Well, it's dropping it into a Guinness, but
it's a beer,
and it's got but it's also got to be Jameson, right?
But it's a beer.
But it's not. If you dropped a shot of Jameson in a Bud Light pint glass, I would not call that an Irish car bomb.
No, that's what I'm saying. But it would be the Boilermaker is. I'm making the counterpoint.
Oh, okay.
An Irish car bomb is a specific thing that is what Nick is saying. It would be technically a Boilermaker.
Yeah, technically.
It says here a Boilermaker can be referred to as two types of beer cocktails. In American terminology, the drink consists of a glass of beer mixed with a shot of whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it says
so Frangelico would not be a Boilermaker.
Not by that definition, no. It says further, it is believed the drink takes its name from the workers who built and maintained steam locomotives in the 1800s. These workers were known to head to the bar at the end of their shift, and a shot of whiskey with a beer became a staple for quickly easing the pain that came from a hard day of backbreaking labor. I don't know. I had a quick glance without sitting and Googling on an audio podcast. It didn't show the second what the second option was.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this was not a I'm right and Corey's wrong point I wanted to make. It's just that's what I had understood. So
yeah, I think that probably a shot of whiskey and a beer was probably how it originated, and maybe the more Americanized is any shot dropped into a beer.
Yeah, and I would believe that.
Yeah.
All right. Back to you, Todd. You had to watch God Forbid from, I think it was Cory, right?
I think so.
Okay.
So 30-second synopsis. It's the story of how the fall of Jerry Falwell Jr., essentially the scandal where he was basically watching his wife have sex with a guy that she met at a pool at a hotel in Miami, and they developed a years-long relationship, and it caused him to lose control of Liberty University, etc. The whole connection with Trump and Michael Cohen. It explains a lot of the things about the news story, but I mean, it was very public when Falwell had to resign. So it's the documentary around that, with coming from the perspective of the guy who was kind of Don the pool boy, whose life kind of got ruined quite a bit from this whole thing.
Okay.
Spoiler free.
Spoiler free. Nicely done.
But
did you catch that?
Yeah. But, and I give it a solid B+.
All right. I'll take that coming from Todd.
Okay. Fantastic. I had to watch, what the hell was the name? Dahmer. Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story.
Who gave you that?
Who do you think?
Cory?
Yep.
Wow, I'm blown away. When was that? Was
2 weeks ago?
Was that when I was not here? Maybe I walked away or something like that?
You must have walked away.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I would have been like, oh, dude, what are you doing, Bob?
Oh, I said the same thing. So I watched the first episode, and I watched about 3 minutes of the second episode, and that's where I called it. I'm giving this. What's the lowest grade, Todd, that I can give?
We have to go back to the tapes. I think I've given something an F- before, though.
I'll go with a G+. G+.
How do you not like? I don't understand how.
Because I fucking told you that it's a series about a serial killer.
Right,
Bob.
I have no interest in any of the documentaries you've assigned me that involve serial killers. I told you this. I said, "Are you sure you want to?" You said, "You'll like it." So I'm like, I'm going to roast you on this, but I'm going to give it a try. You're like, "Yeah, I think you'll like it."
So
I hated it.
There's certain types of people, and I don't even think he knew this. And when I was talking to him,
I did when he assigned it to me.
No, not that. Him and I were talking one night, and I said, man, I said, you're almost passionate about the whole serial killer thing. I said, which tells me there are certain people like my aunt that have more empathetic or empath qualities. And people like that almost are in pain when they see something gruesome or brutal. Like they almost take on the pain. It's painful for them to watch things that are horrible like that, like serial killers and things where people are being killed and stuff. My aunt is the same. She's like, I can't even do it. And there's a whole science behind it. And I said, maybe. Like, it's not just you don't, because it's almost beyond not liking. Because Bob, with movies and stuff, Bob, even if it was a horrible movie, Bob would be like, well, I knew some of the actors and blah blah blah. But with stuff like this, he's very direct, and he's like, it almost pains him.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, my question would be: is your angst about these things based in the fact that you don't want to feel empathy or get their perspective, or what's the thing that what's the thing that emotes to gets you the emotion, right? What's the thing?
The thing is that this is it's not like the show is called Bob Johnson and I had to watch like a whole episode to go like, oh, Bob Johnson's a serial killer. I know it's about a serial killer. It's called fucking Dahmer. I know what it's about.
Yep.
Now, I will say the Dahmer's played by Evan Peters, who, if you've ever watched American Horror Story, he's been in a ton of different seasons there. You might also know him as he was in Marvel as Quicksilver. He was in X-Men Days of Future Past as a young Quicksilver. Did a great job.
I didn't recognize him.
That fantastic slow-mo scene.
That was great.
Yeah. So he's well known for a lot of different shit, but I recognized him. I was happy to fucking see Molly Ringwald in there as well, who I haven't seen in anything in years and years, and she's awesome. And then Richard Jenkins, the guy we were just out on Nick's driveway watching Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah. Yep.
And Richard Jenkins is one of the guys who's working, one of the worker bees in that whole complex. So it was good to see those three. Those are really good actors, but man, there's no difference between, and I mentioned it when he assigned it to him. I'm like, this would be like if I assigned you Blade Runner, which you hated, and I knew that you hated science fiction, and I'm like, how about Blade Runner 2049? I think you're going to really love that. You're going to be like, I don't see how, unless it's completely not science fiction, they've made it into a drama in which they're not in space or it's not in the future and nothing else science fiction-y happens. I told him, I'm like, I don't understand why you're giving this to me, but okay.
But maybe I'm speaking out of turn. Maybe I don't know. But I think Todd wants to know, like, what part about it do you not?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. Yeah, I mean, and maybe it's not for the show. I'm trying to figure out, because here's the thing, and the reason why I asked is I didn't think I would like it, and I turned it on. But I went in knowing that he was a serial killer, but I wanted to I was curious to know, like, how did he get away with it for so long? Because I didn't really pay close attention to like how he escaped capture, and I always assumed, based on the profile of the people that he killed, that he was a racist. Now, having watched this thing, I am newly educated, and I'm less. Again, I think that he's mentally defective. And and in such a way that it like uncurable. But again, I think he was also made like. And so again, I won't give any spoilers away for other people that watch it. But I came away.
It's all. There's no spoilers. Everyone knows all this shit, right?
But you don't. I didn't. Like I said, I didn't know that he wasn't a racist. I didn't know why he chose the victims that he chose. I didn't know. In fact, in the last episode I watched, I think I'm at episode 7 or whatever. Mm-hmm. One of the people that he kills, I remember I actually was so moved by the episode, I called my sister and said, because the episode was different than all the others before it, in that 90% of it was from the victim's perspective. And so you saw who he was. He was a deaf black kid who wanted to be a model.
Yeah. Yep.
And that episode like moved me to call my sister.
I love that
because I'm like, I would have been that guy's ally and protector because he was dealing with way more shit. And then the way that the police treated him when his mom is like, she couldn't tell them he was gay. She had to, but he was deaf and black, and so it didn't matter. And literally that episode was like game changing for me. And again, I don't empathize with Dahmer. I know that he was broken, but it's like he was also enabled and created because of some of the problems in our society.
Yeah,
and the parenting skills.
Wasn't that guy great though? Like the deaf kid. I mean, like you just you felt for him, you know.
Absolutely. I thought I'm like he got away. I was rooting for him.
Yeah.
And Todd, I thank you for bringing that up because I guess I was kind of wondering the same thing. Like, and Bob, the reason why I said that when I assigned it was, I'm like, I know Bob appreciates film and good film, and you know, so this being with actors that I was kind of thinking you might have known.
Yeah.
And it's not like a true crime, you know, docuseries or documentary. Like, oh, we're talking to the actual real people in jail and like just interviewing them.
Right.
So that's why I was kind of like, okay, this is going to a portrayal and going deeper inside of what actually happened with everything, rather than just having a camera on the inmate and a producer being like, oh, so why'd you kill these ladies?
But the thing,
and him being like, well, because I wanted to.
So I'm gonna answer Todd's question right now because he just brought up a good point, and I think that crystallizes it for me. I am a huge fan of like if I can suspend disbelief and you can keep me, you know, in that world that you've created. That's like a magic trick for me, and I love it. That's why
Star
I love
Wars
film.
and Marvel. Yeah.
You cannot do that when I don't care how many different awesome actors you have, when you tell me that this is the story of Jeffrey Dahmer. You just can't. I can't just suspend disbelief because I know who it is, and I know it's based on and I don't have any interest. If they had called it something else and this was a story about a person that didn't exist, and I was supposed to follow on the story, then I probably would have, maybe. And it may have made a difference, but because I knew who it was, because there was no suspension, you cannot suspend disbelief when it is a docu-series about an actual person.
Yeah, but I also it sounds like you don't enjoy anything like not that anyone does, but you know, there's certain people from society. There's certain people like myself. I love crime series. It's almost like a scab that you pick at. You know, it's horrible to watch, but you want to watch it.
It's true crime,
and
right? But I love Seven.
But I don't think
I've seen Seven probably a dozen times.
I don't think you enjoy seeing
but
something.
That is a
actually
fictional account.
That's something that's actually happened.
Right.
If they made this up and had all these actors, I think that would be great for you.
It might have been different.
I think it's too horrible for you to watch.
Because I know what actually happened.
Yeah,
I think that's the funny bit of it. This is so this in my mind, and that's why I think I like it for the exact 180 degree different reason. I like it because I am more informed, and the fact that there's this is all kind of because you're always wondering like, how in the world could this happen? How did he get away with it? How do you become that depraved that you're like what makes a person decide to eat people? Like when you watch that thing, you're like, oh, I get it now.
And that's exactly it. Because Todd, there was so many times in that, and again too, I knew going into it. Yeah, this is something true that's happened.
It's horrible to watch. Yeah,
and I don't want to try to relive that and get joy out of it, but I was happy to see because I didn't know how a lot of those victims came to be, and the idea with the deaf guy that Todd, same thing. I saw that, I'm like, holy I thought he got away, and
you were rooting for him because even people who are homophobic or whatever, you felt for that. You felt for him as a human being who had been wronged and had done nothing wrong and had done things, in fact, the Christian way.
Yeah, no, dude, like I said, I was so blown away by that, and like you said, to have that information now, that's what I appreciated the most out of it, was getting that further insight into. Who gives a fuck about Jeffrey Dahmer? Obviously, fuck him. But to get the insights on the victims.
Similarly, that's why I liked God Forbid, my God Forbid thing. I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry, Cory, but that's like it resonated because I liked that because of the fact. Again, I remember when I heard about the pool boy, I was gigglebushing with everybody else because I thought that it was those two having a homosexual relationship.
Hold on, gigglebushing?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if I can.
I
could
that's
bypass,
a speed bump in your story. I'm like, oh, what?
I don't know that or that the third time in 30 minutes that he said pool boy. So
yeah, but that was what was all over the news when it broke that Jerry Falwell got busted because that's what broke, and literally that was the whole thing. He was devastated because he thought the world was calling him gay, and he couldn't defend himself because he was owned by those people, and it's like, holy cow. You can see and to see that how it played out in our society, like in real. That is in my mind, those two things are the same, except for one is a movie and one is a series. But they're the same
premise.
I will say this about the deaf guy. I think your heart goes out to him, because not only is he overcoming the obstacle of having a handicap, in the times that he's also African American. He's dealing with all that bullshit that's going on. He's also secretly gay, but you see him the way they portray it, like as a human. You don't see him as anything else but a human that wants to be in love with someone, and he's thinking that he's like found the right person, and then he gets fucking murdered. You know, it's like it's fucking absolutely horrible. So yeah, I don't know why you didn't like it, Bob.
The last thing I'll say on it, and because I know there was a lot of people, especially some of the victims' families, that were very distraught about this coming out, the fact that Netflix would even make it.
Yeah,
but to Todd's point, I think to mine, to get the insight of the victims, I think was the point of that. And to hear their voices from this, I think was the biggest impact of that film. And it wasn't about Dahmer. Like you said, everyone knows what happened.
Well, they romanticized him. There's a
lot.
People who are extremely homophobic don't feel the same level of guilt about people's lives being taken. And these people were all humanized. None of them deserved what happened to them. Yeah.
and as I said, I think this actually, to certain viewers such as myself and Todd, it gave a voice to the victims. It wasn't a glorifying moment for Jeffrey Dahmer or for what he did. It was glorifying to the victims to know what happened to them, and to now have the world know what happened to them, and to have their story told. I think that was the strongest point to me.
Yeah, but a lot of I'd say 90% of the victims do not feel that way.
I know, but
but I think it would have been a very classy move with all the fucking money Netflix has. Netflix should have paid whoever they had to pay, actors, production team, whatever, and give the rest of the money to the victims' families.
That would have been a great thing to do.
That would have been a nice fucking nod. Whether you care for this or not, this is coming to you and your kids and anyone that's related to your family.
From what I know, they actually did give the families a lot of profit from the movie.
They should have done something, and it should be more well known. Like, hey, this is in support.
Right. Actually, so I if they did something, then I think it's awesome. And if they did something big and they didn't publicize it, I think even better. Because again, if they were to announce, and by the way, we gave all the families $1 million, and I'd be like, well, fuck, why didn't you give them $10 million if you made 50? I mean, ultimately, if they gave anything, I think that's awesome. And the fact that they stayed quiet about it, that they're not trying to hype how good they are as a company. So I actually do like when people donate anonymously.
Like I said, there was something I read that there was money given to the families, and it was not that highly publicized, but I think that, like you said, Todd, that's in a good way.
They should have done something.
Yep.
Well, so I guess to put a bow on it, I think that all of us have our blind spots. Cory, yours is science fiction. Lori's got them. Nick's got them. This is just mine.
And now I said
it wasn't. I just was curious, Bob. I wasn't. There's no shame in saying
it's a great question, because clearly, like, Cory didn't assign it to me out of malice. He legitimately thought that this would be Cory didn't assign it to me out of malice.
Can we call you Cory?
No, don't ever.
I just might start.
No.
He legitimately thought that I would like this, and now I understand why.
I was
2 weeks ago I didn't understand.
I was trying to take a little bit of a turn from. Again, I know you voiced,
but
that.
You know what? I give props for the effort.
But now I get it. We're done.
Well, and that's what this segment. But here's the thing, though. That's what this segment is about, right?
Exactly.
Bob watches more movies than anybody. You guys both watch more movies and documentaries than Nick and I. But ultimately, so we have to pick things that you guys haven't seen, and ultimately, I'm always trying to pick. I assigned Ray Donovan because I know there's a chance either Cory loves it or he hates it, and he was kind of in the middle this time. And I get why he didn't watch the other things because I'm like, I think
Dude,
he
like
watches the next 2 episodes. I hook him and draw a B out of the thing.
I guarantee, had I watched the second episode, I would have been hooked on it. But I knew going into the second episode, I'm like, yeah, it's going to be kind of pricey to watch this entire thing.
Exactly. Wait till it comes back for free.
I'm sure it'll be out there at some point.
Absolutely.
I'll just keep an eye out. So,
and and they're selling it because they can.
Right.
All right, guys, let's do new assignments, and then we'll close out the episode. So, the Excellulator has said that I have drawn Todd, Cory has Nick, Todd has Cory. Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop, boop. I gotta put that on the button on the mixer, and Nick has me. So,
all right, murder.
Who wants to go first?
I got Nick.
Red rum.
You do have Nick.
Yep.
Okay.
Nick, you have Pepsi. Where's my jet?
About the Pepsi points and how the guy didn't get it. Yeah. Okay.
Where can he find that, Cory?
Netflix.
Bob.
Yeah.
You have $18.99.
No, I've only got like $5 in my wallet.
Burp. You've got $18.99. It's on Netflix. Just came out.
$18.99.
$18.99. I started watching it, and I got a couple episodes in, and I'm like, God, I really like this. And then I saw an.
But again, you should be thinking, I think Bob would like this.
No. Yeah, of course.
Okay, just checking.
And then I realized why I liked it. I saw one of the actors that I recognized from the series Dark, and it's from the creators.
Oh.
It's from the creators of the series Dark.
Okay.
And you liked that, didn't you? Remember you said
I did.
Yeah.
I did. All right, Todd, you got Cory.
Yeah, have you seen Derby Girls?
Oh, man. Is it
about the roller derby girls?
Whoa. Is it Dairy Girls?
Dairy Girls. That's it. Dairy Girls. Yes, Dairy Girls.
Yeah, it's on my list to watch. I have not. So you're giving it a thumbs up?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, all right.
I was going to say, I have seen a documentary about the Derby Girls.
Is this out
of
Wisconsin? And I think I've heard of that too. I just want to make sure.
Is this out of Wisconsin?
It's Dairy. I totally screwed up. But yes, Dairy Girls.
Dairy Girls.
That I
DERRY. I'm putting it in OneNote, which apparently no one else fucking reads other than me.
I do every week because I always forget what gets assigned to me.
Awesome. So the next time that I can't make it, Todd should be running the show.
Wow.
No. This is let me just take a brief departure here from where we currently are at.
Yeah.
The next time that I can't make it, this is what I propose, gentlemen. Cory Selesky runs the video, right? And
That's
does
different.
and does co-host and does co-host abilities. Nick Bader, co-host, runs the mixer along with all the drops, intro, outro. Maybe he does the housekeeping, blah blah blah. But Todd Dillon has access to OneNote.
I do.
Todd Dillon takes for and I feel like you're going to be really, really good at this, even if you don't realize it yet, takes the hosting role for that episode.
He said last time when he was wagging his finger, his giant finger in
bare
my face.
paw of a finger.
Yeah, both you fucking guys.
He said, he said,
wag your finger.
He said, "Don't worry, Nick.
Oh,
I'll do it next
I did?
time."
Yes, you did.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He had to cut out the segment because he thought it was.
I did.
Airing dirty laundry.
I did. Yeah.
Maybe I did.
You definitely did.
Yeah. You forgot this and you forgot this. I'm like, okay.
All right. So,
hey, to clarify,
go ahead.
so it's Dairy Girls, DARRY?
DERRY.
Dairy, Ireland?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, see, all I
London
thought was like
London Dairy. Yep.
Hot Girls, DAIRY from like Wisconsin.
We could talk about it after we record, but yeah, this is at my
All
list. Like, yeah, I'm kind of jealous. Based on what I got assigned. Sorry, no offense.
At least it's not a serial killer.
Yes, that's very,
funny.
very true. All right, Todd Dillon.
Yes, sir.
Let's try to get rid of some of the things here on my list of shit I could assign to you that you may have already seen.
All right.
Have you seen Ozark?
Yes.
All right, awesome. Taking it off my list. Perfect. Have you seen $1 Million Baby?
Tell me what's the premise?
Clint Eastwood directs.
Okay.
It's what the hell is her name? He's an aged ex-boxer.
Okay.
Meant to train a female boxer.
Nope, haven't seen it.
Really? All right.
Excellent.
Clint jumped the shark for me for a little bit. He came back to me, but
excellent.
Hold on. Why do you think he jumped the shark? I'm curious.
We'll take it offline.
I don't take it offline. Fuck that shit.
Oh, good. I was hoping Bob would go in the backyard for 45 minutes.
No, it's a simple question. I didn't think it was going to take forever.
We'll take it offline.
Yep.
What the fuck?
So I'll be standing in the kitchen by myself for 45 minutes.
God
no.
While Cory's packing up the basement and Bob's outside. Awesome.
It's not that long.
Oh, it's that long.
All right. So $1 Million Baby, Todd.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what you got. I really think I wouldn't give it to you if I didn't think that you were going to like it. Whatever your problems with Mr. Eastwood might be.
I got you.
And apparently we're going to talk about that outside. So for the rest of you, thank you for joining us. That is the episode for the week. Please join us here next week. And on behalf of Cory and Nick and Todd, this is Bob saying, take care of yourselves.